So I've been waiting a long time to get my hands on this shoe and give you guys a review. Shout out to Joe from West Coast Streetwear for letting me borrow this pair right here. I'm gonna be unboxing the Air Jordan 1 Low Dior, give you guys a comprehensive review, talk about price, let you know what I think about it, and see what you think about it as well. So let's go ahead and get into the video. Welcome back to the channel. What's up with you guys? How you doing? How you been? If you did not know by now, my name is DJ and this is the DNA Show. Now, if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification as well for every time I upload a new video, and don't forget to smash the like button because that helps the algorithm so much. So as you guys remember, on June 25th, they did a raffle for this shoe around the world for all the Dior stores, and the two closest stores to me was Las Vegas and LA. So I was ready to make a last minute trip if I won that raffle. The shoe was already going to be expensive, but I was willing to pay an extra whatever amount it cost just to get there to purchase the shoe, because I knew at the end of the day it was worth so much, it would have been worth every single dollar. So starting with the box, we have an all navy blue box with a nice little textured material all over it. Very premium, something like you would get on a nice designer bag box. Looking at the top, we have an Air Jordan Wings logo like we get for all the Air Jordan 1s, but for this one in particular, it says Air Dior instead of Air Jordan. Super dope touch. I like that for the collaboration. This box comes with a magnetic flap right here on the end of the box to open it up. And looking at the size tag, it says Air Jordan. Actually, it doesn't even say Air Jordan at all. It just says sneaker in men's, retail $2,000. Opening up the box right here, we have the paper with the all over Dior print. I don't see any Jordan Jumpman logos or anything like that. And then we got multiple layers. Typically always when you get a designer shoe, it has extra paper with it. And then we got the shoe. Oh, we got the shoe. So before I get into the shoe, I want to talk about the accessories that come with it as well. That way you can get a glimpse of it. You have an additional insole with the all over embossed Dior print over on the insole right here. Super clean with the light gray with the premium leather vibes on it. Next, you got these three little bags right here, and they're all navy blue with the Air Dior print on them as well with the Wings logo. And let's see what we got inside. The first bag, we have a pair of alternate tan laces with a chrome tip and a Dior on that as well. Next up in the second bag, we have a Jumpman in chrome, and then it has Dior printed on the back of that as well. Everybody remembers the iconic Jumpman hang tag with the Air Jordan 1s from back in the day, so this is a dope touch. And in the third bag, we have an Air Dior Wings logo like you see on the side of the foot, another Wings logo right here. So typically these are hang tags that go on the side of the foot right here that hang off. You can use this as a keychain or a necklace or whatever you may want to use it as, but I think it's dope to have these additional in the pack as well. Finally, you have two different dust bags. They're both obviously the same, but they're one for each shoe, and it says Air Dior on these dust bags as well. So let me open up one so you can see it. That's upside down. There we go. So now let's talk about this shoe. First impressions when I see it, I like it. It's premium, it's nice. Everything about this shoe it's there. I see why the shoe was $2,000, because they use premium Italian leathers on it just like they would on a bag or anything else that Dior creates. Just by looking at the B-roll right there, as you can see the craftsmanship and the detail and all the stuff that went along with creating this shoe individually. They put a lot more effort into a shoe like this than you would typically get on a GR sneaker. Starting with the outsole, you have an all translucent blue outsole. I'm very fearful of this turning yellow and maybe potentially depreciating the value of this sneaker later down the line. We will see though, right? Underneath that, you have a huge Dior print here on the right foot. And then you have the Air Jordan, well actually Air Dior Wings logo underneath that on the left foot. Working our way up to the midsole, you have an all white midsole with a white stitch as well. And then going to the upper. They went with the upper on the color blocking style from the Chicago Air Jordan 1. They just decided to use their twist, and instead of making it the Chicago colors, but instead they went with the classic heritage colors of the Dior gray. And I think that's super dope how they're able to combine two different classic heritage sneakers and just designs and companies and brands and bring that into one and create something so simple, so clean, so unique, so premium, so dope little touches, everything about it. That's why I really like this sneaker. I feel like there was a lot of effort and thought put into it, and even though it maybe looks so simple and so clean, there's a lot of dope details when it comes to this shoe. So when I'm touching and feeling this leather, it feels very nice, but it does feel very stiff, and typically that's something that you'll get when you get a nice premium leather put on a shoe like this. So when you initially wear it, it's probably going to be stiff, but it's going to break in and then it's going to wear very, very well. But people are probably not gonna wear it that much because it's so expensive. So they typically turn this into like a trophy item instead of actually wearing the shoe like they typically would on any other sneaker. So when it comes to the cut of the shoe and the style, this is the OG Air Jordan 1 Low style, not like the Jordan 1 Low, which I've talked about in other videos describing the difference between a Jordan 1 Low and a Jordan 1 OG Low. The back tab and everything is a big indicator for the OG Low style. And this one right here is super dope because it has Air Dior printed on there as well instead of the Air Jordan. So everything around here has the Air Dior, not Air Jordan. The only thing that I see with Jordan on this shoe is the Jumpman logo on one of the feet and then on the other wings logo, but that still says Dior on that as well. Looking at the sock liner, you have an all gray sock liner, another gray insole like I just talked about with the Jumpman logo here on one side, Dior on the other. And then looking at the laces, you have a gray kind of wax style lace, and behind that you have a nice plush Dior tongue. Now this is a detail that I don't think a lot of people really see that often, but it's very, very simple but very clean. And I don't even know if the camera's gonna be able to pick it up all the way, but this is a nice touch to the shoe. I think the details when you actually see it in hand are very, very dope. Like I can see it in images, I'm like, oh, that's cool, but once you see it in person, you're like, bro, this is actually really fire. Another great touch is the Dior Air here at the top instead of the Nike Air like we would typically see on an Air Jordan 1. Also, there were 8,500 pairs of this sneaker made, so each and every shoe was numbered, and this one is numbered 6,958. And there also is an additional insert right here, typically like you see on the Air Jordan 11. So to see that premium vibe coming to an Air Jordan 1 is actually pretty dope too, because typically you just get a cardboard insert when you're buying, you know, a regular release. So at the end of the day, I would love to have this sneaker in my collection, potentially even complete the set with having the high and the low, but I just personally don't think it's right for me to spend that money on that shoe at this price that it is right now. When these first came out, retail was $2,000, and people may have paid tax in other cities, whatever it may be, and then the resale on this shoe in particular was close to $10,000. That's a lot over the retail value. Immediately after that, people started to realize like,
man, I can't even sell this shoe. Like I got it, but I don't even know how to sell it.
And a lot of people typically get exclusive shoes and then they don't even know who to sell to or how to get that maximum amount of money out of it. So they start undercutting each other and driving that price down. And typically that always happens when it comes to a shoe like this. So we saw the price go to around $6,500 just a little bit after the release actually happened. And a lot of people were shocked, but I think that's something that's pretty realistic just because it's a $10,000 shoe and it's not even the best Air Jordan 1 of all time. Like I never understood why this shoe was priced as basically the best Air Jordan 1 of all time, but it's not in my opinion. So why would other shoes that are more rare or doper looking or whatever be worth less than a shoe like this? There was a lot of hype around it during the time of the release. There was a lot of hype for like over a year. Travis Scott was wearing them. There were so many different factors that caused the price to drive up on a shoe like this. I personally think this shoe is worth maybe $3,000 or $4,000. I hope to get my pair for that price someday. You might think I'm crazy. So if you look at current market price right now, these are selling for roughly $5,500, which is still a little bit lower than it was at that $6,500 price point. But again, I'm not trying to drop $5K on this shoe because I don't think it's worth $5K. Now, don't get me wrong. If I would have got them for retail and somebody offered me $7,000 or $10,000 for the shoe, I probably would have had to sell them because I would have known I would end up finding another pair down the road. So what do you guys think about this shoe? Is it overpriced? Is it overhyped? Is it just right? Is it undervalued? Let me know down below in the comment section. Also, do you think this shoe is fire or is it trash? I would also like to hear what you guys have to say. Me personally, you know I think it's fire. Again, I don't think it's the best Air Jordan 1 colorway of all time, but it's up there, and obviously everybody's gonna say this is one of the #1 releases, this and the high top as the top releases of 2020. So I went to IG and I asked the people the same thing on my story like I always do. So if you haven't already, make sure you follow me on IG so you can participate in any of the other polls that I always post on my story. And this is what the results said. 77% of the people went with fire, 23% of the people went with trash. I completely understand both sides. A lot of people think, well, I can't say a lot of people because they're not the majority, but a good amount of people do think that the shoe is overrated, it's overpriced, it's overhyped. And then you got a lot of other people that are falling into the trap of the hype and all these other things. I don't know if I'm like kind of in the middle. I love it. I definitely think there's a lot of hype around it. I don't want it so bad that I'm willing to spend extra money just to have the shoe to say that I have it. And I have patience when it comes to that. But I can understand why there's a demand for it. It's pretty limited. There's a lot of hype behind it. The craftsmanship and everything behind it, it makes sense. Like, They put great materials into it. There's a great story, there's a great concept. You get a lot of dope accessories, and there's a great story to be like, yeah, there's only 8,500 pairs of this shoe. I'm one of the people that have them. I get it, I get it, I get it. So hopefully one day I can get these in my collection. If you got these on the release, drop a comment down below. If you want to get these, drop a comment down below. If you don't like these at all, drop a comment down below. Also, shout out to Wes for letting me review these. If you guys haven't already, make sure you check out his website. I'll have the link for you down below in the description. You can buy this exact pair from his website right now if you are interested in them. I think they're like a size 10 in men's. Yeah, this is a size 10 in men's. They're available on the website, so go check that out. And yeah, follow him on IG as well. My name is DJ. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. I got to go. I'm gone. Peace.